Normally we have a fancy intro here, but we completely forgot about that. So it's your main man, Miz, coming at you with another one. Archives podcast, episode 32, I believe. As along with a special guest.
Hello, I'm Metro44.
I'm Wenzel. All right. Starting it off with a very controversial topic in the video game industry. Is pay to pay, or pay to win, actually overpowered?
Depends on the game, obviously.
So let's take, I'm trying to think of any pay to win games we actually play, and I can't think of any.
Dang.
What do you mean by win? Like multiplayer? Because there's Assassin's Creed where you pay to make it easier, and you're kind of winning, right?
In a single player game?
Yeah, like
What?
I'm thinking like
Valhalla,
MMO.
but okay.
Not MMO, but like multiplayer game, player versus player.
I was thinking like XP boosts, so it'd make the game easier if you pay for them. But like multiplayer, yeah, that would suck.
Because
That's what I'm
Star
thinking.
Wars Battlefront 2 had like a huge problem with that.
So I recently watched a video of the Spiffing Brit play. He paid for. They were playing Enlisted, which is a free World War II shooter.
Mm-hmm.
He paid money, got his dudes maxed out, and then he played against a professional. I think he was like a CS:GO FPS player,
Mm-hmm.
and he won by like 2 kills.
Dang.
Not enough for it to be like, you obviously won because of this.
Well, it seems like if he's playing a pro, like, it's kind of obvious he did win.
They weren't going head to head either.
Oh.
It was who could rack up the most kills in a public match.
Oh. Well.
I think if they went to head, he probably would have got the floor wiped.
Mm-hmm.
What do you
Moving
think
on
about World of Warcraft though, or like Destiny, where you can pay and it just level jumps you to catch up to your friends?
I'm
not
that
opposed to that.
because I
Because
know in Destiny, your level doesn't really matter, except for certain dungeons that are level locked.
Is it just the guns?
A lot of it is the guns. I guess.
yeah, I think in Destiny a lot of it's just the gear.
Technically, you kind of are getting the gear because then you don't have to go out and grind. You're just paying
Mm-hmm.
$100 to go do this.
In closing, I think it should just be cosmetic. That's it.
Well, hold on. I can understand the matching your friends thing. Like you shouldn't. I don't think you should be completely closed off from playing with your friends. When you start a new
You have to
game.
grind over there, killing bugs in the corner until you catch up with your friends.
Because it's either that or like you're doing that. You're in the woods like South Park, killing 2 jillion boars.
Now we can play the game.
or your friends are like got to go back with you and help you. Like, oh, I got to replay the entire game just so I can play with my buddy.
But I heard games love making problems so they can charge you to fix them, like making it more grindy so you have to buy XP.
Mm-hmm.
I believe
and
that.
stuff. And I don't want to pay for problems that are manufactured.
You got a fair point.
Like level capping, I think is a problem that you can pay to fix. They made that problem.
If New Worlds turned around and was like $20, you get a horse.
Oh,
movement
I would
speed?
be. I
I would throw my card at them.
yeah. Well,
Bezos knows what I want.
what I was gonna say is that I can understand that being an issue in like a brand new game like New World or something, but in games that have been out a long time where there's already a bunch of people who are max level, I don't think it's a big deal at all.
I think that's where XP boosters would come in. Like if you could buy like $5 gets you 10 hours of quadruple XP.
Like I
'Cause then you're
understand why
still,
that's
like-
an issue for New World because there's not that many max level players. Even now, even now, sure there's more now than a week ago, but like the game's not even a month old.
And if you're playing New World and you're not part of the Purple Gang, you're wrong.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Garth, not part of the Purple Gang. He's wrong.
Uh-oh. I'm a wrongin'.
You're a
Well,
wrong.
who did you join?
Garth doesn't even play it.
Oh, never mind.
I'm real
Okay.
wrong.
He's part of the Sangheili group.
Oh, well,
Oh, I guess they never mind. They're purple.
Wart, wart, wart.
I thought you were about to tell
Moving
me.
on. Um, Sticking in the realm of video games, do you think that there should be different leagues of like professional gaming, high schools should have gaming teams, college, and then you already have your pro leagues. Do you think that would benefit the gaming industry, or do you think it would hurt it?
So I could understand like a high school district having a gaming league, just so like their players can like, play against each other. Like, oh, I don't want to name drop anyone's town, but you're like, oh yeah, Blaine's playing Ferndale on Call of Duty, right? Like that would be
Yeah.
pretty cool, but I don't think it should just be for like, I don't like an age thing shouldn't be like a professional or even like a any sort of major thing because I mean a lot of high school players are better than like some of the college players or whatever, you know?
Yeah, but how many high school kids are going on to play professional football? I mean, if it's just for fun, then yeah, sure. But like, it's not going to be setting up like for a career. There's going to be no scouters going to high schools and you're a professional gamer now.
Well, the thing is with like physical sports is that you're actually still growing in these like in physical sports. Like if you play football college against high school, like clearly the kid's going to get clobbered even if he's the best one at his
Yeah.
school.
These kids are in their prime.
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. Because a lot of pro players started out like I remember when Call of Duty started their pro league, like it was kind of a big controversy because they were like you have to be 18 or maybe it was like 21 or something. And there was like a lot of really good players who weren't able to show up because of the age limit, and like a lot of teams had to switch up their roster because their normal roster had a player who just wasn't old enough, even though they were good enough. So
That's what I'm thinking. There should be different leagues.
yeah, but who's gonna watch the high school game? Everyone's just gonna watch the pro league, and you're just gonna knock out the high school kids when they
Yeah.
when they could be making money, you know?
Like MLG and MLG Light.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Scump, Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard of Optic Scump, but he was playing in high school. Like he would, take days off of school to go play MLG tournaments and make, bags of cash.
Why did you miss school, Making Bank?
Yeah, I remember I watched his high school graduation. They tweeted out the live stream link because he had like almost 1 million subs. I mean, he was huge before he even graduated high school.
Damn.
Yeah.
What would be the distinction you think with between the two groups? Age, because there's a lot of MLG people that are young. So
That's what I'm saying is like I can understand like a school district or like a school region would just want to have like their own thing, but I don't think like
like a local
MLG.
tournament. Oh,
Yeah, I don't think MLG should come down and just be like, okay, well if you're younger than this age, you got to play in this league. Because no one will watch that.
Well, that's where like Fortnite comes in.
Yeah, but
Everyone
you'd,
will.
all those kids would still be watching Ninja.
True. I guess everyone has their loyalty. They're not out here watching Bobby McFerguson's
And maybe
live stream.
maybe you would find like the one kid like Scump who'd just be mopping the floor with all the other high school kids, like. But I don't know.
I can see like how this would play out in my head, and for some reason it makes sense. Because I'm like, oh, treat it like a regular sport. Where you start out in high school and they help you, and you go to college. You get scouted by a college, and they're like, come play for us. College, you go play for the college. You get free tuition. Get a full ride. They take a little bit of the winnings, and then you just
Well, the thing
play
is,
video games.
the thing I like about esports is with normal sports, like if you don't do good in high school, you don't go on to college. But with esports, like if you just become good, like if I just become
Drop
like the
out.
best, yeah, like if I just become the best Hearthstone player right now, I'm still in there. Like there's no pipeline to get in. It's all merit based, so it's a lot better. At least in my opinion. Like if a football team gets together, they're not going to get into the NFL. No matter how good they are.
After beating Halo 2 on Legendary, me and Garth are the best Halo players on the face
If we
of
could
the
beat
planet.
Halo 2, we could do anything.
Yeah. You saw how many rare achievements we were unlocking along our journey?
I think maybe gaming, MLG or stuff like that is actually more open than football. Yeah, because you're right. There's probably some like NFL god players out there that are not even getting looked at to be recruited. So
Yeah,
where you
just
could be on
because.
the internet and you could be an amazing player.
Hmm.
So maybe it'll bring those people out. I don't know.
I mean, look at how many like big Twitch streamers and YouTubers there are. There's more of them than there are football players.
Hmm. Hmm.
I think. I don't know how many football
It kind of
players there
depends
are.
how you measure it, but
Twitch really isn't merit based though, because there's some really good players that probably have like 2 viewers.
yeah, I wouldn't really count Twitch on this because Twitch you got to bring your own audience, and then once you bring your own audience, it can help you grow, but you can't grow an audience on Twitch.
Not anymore.
Learn that the hard way.
My man's over here. I gotta. Let's see how many subs Magic Man 444
All right,
has
what's the
on.
next
Oh,
topic?
jeez.
What's the next one?
1,000.
No. What's the next one?
Next one. Why do you think console launches never go well? For example, our current state of next gen consoles where it's nearly impossible to get them. Like all these companies know how many people are going to want them. So why not just supply the demand?
Well, this one actually has a pretty simple explanation. I mean, maybe a simple explanation, but this one, there's actually like a silicone shortage. Like they're buying up the whole market, you know? It's not like if they could buy more, they would, but it's just not available.
Everybody's waiting in line, you're saying?
Yeah, you didn't.
These
There's
manufacturers
a
and
what
stuff,
is
yeah.
it? A silicone shortage, so they can't get all the chips they need. A lot of car manufacturers are going back to analog, like speedometers, because you know how like
yeah.
now on the new ones it has like a screen. Like so, like in like the 2020 model, it'd have a screen, but on the 2021, that's like back to analog because there's a chip shortage. And obviously with the console, there's no workaround for that. You know, you can't have an analog CPU.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can kind of forgive him this time because the actual consoles seem to work, but there's just a supply shortage. So,
How is silicone acquired? Do we know?
I'm not an expert on that part of the process.
Get back in the silicone mines. We need
Yeah.
to send
Yeah,
more
but-
people down there.
I am Googling it now.
Yeah,
Is
and
it
for this one,
manufactured?
it's like the most complex, manufacturing process that really has ever existed. So I can understand why other people have figured out, their shipping bottlenecks, and
They're just-
the consoles haven't.
There's kids in Africa with pickaxes just hitting like gelatin walls. That's what I imagined.
I mean, there's still ships sitting off like the coast of California waiting to get brought in. So
Just full of Xboxes.
yeah, that's what I'm
Garth,
saying.
you were part right. Silicone is mine.
No.
This is done by heating a large volume of quartz
Oh,
sand
man.
Oh,
to
they're shovels then.
I
as
thought
1,800 degrees Celsius.
you were about to say a large volume of African children, but
If we send
I'm
more
glad.
children at the problem with shovels,
Yeah.
it's gonna work.
I mean, we'll get more silicone.
Mm-hmm.
And then
We need
that's
a
just
land bridge.
to make silicone itself.
yeah. So then,
That's
like,
not
it's
including the
it's
next step.
it's I think it's like something like the chip manufacturers are having a hard time getting silicone or something like that. It's not.
So I
It's
know-
the chips that's the issue. It's not the silicone's like the source or something. I'm not a supply expert or anything, but
I know
it has been in the
there's
news.
Peterbilt, which is a like semi manufacturing
Mm-hmm.
company. They have a plant nearby, and they're saying they have $36 million worth of semis sitting outside, waiting for wiring harnesses because they don't have chips for them.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Yeah, we got one sitting out there so long the tires are starting to go bad."
Jeez.
And I was like, "But we need those trucks to move said resources around." He's like, "Yeah. Welcome to the problem." Moving on.
Yep.
Do you think gaming will become the biggest source of entertainment in the near future?
It
Yeah.
already is.
Think it is, Garth?
It makes more money than movies.
I know it produces more revenue, but I don't think more people are doing it.
I think it produces more revenue because there's more people doing it. Right? It is more expensive though.
That's what I'm
don't
saying.
know.
Like I spent $1,500 on my PC. I spent,
Okay, including mobile gaming, it blows everything else away.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, yeah, absolutely.
Free to play games, it blows everybody else away. Just those probably.
We are including all
Like
types
Candy
of
Crush?
gaming.
Come on.
Oh, okay. Well, if it's all types of game, I was
Your mom's
gonna.
over there playing Candy Crush. She hasn't seen a
Yeah.
movie in 3 months.
Actually, my mom's playing Destiny 2,
Oh, wow.
to be
Okay,
precise.
okay.
So it already won.
Currently, who do you think got me addicted to video games?
Okay.
My mom was like, "Hey, you want to play something called Call of Duty: The Big Red One?"
So I think the question is kind of moot because it already won, in my opinion.
Yeah, I knew for a long time it generated more revenue. I wasn't gonna count the mobile gamers as the amount of people gaming.
It's weird that gaming doesn't get enough credit though, because there's still giant like movie screenings and like celebrities and stuff, but like Jeff Keighley's the only one over there handing awards to games.
I think that is
I don't
kind
know
of
who that is.
odd. Yeah. I don't know if it's like just because people don't really care about that as they're gaming, but
Just not mainstream media enough. I don't know.
well, I don't know because even I think there's a large enough audience that like
I think
watch
it's getting
games and
more
things.
mainstream though, because Snoop Dogg and like celebrities
Yeah,
and
for
stuff
sure.
are like doing
It
more.
is.
So
It
maybe
definitely
it's just
is.
it'll take time.
Snoop Dogg talked about another rapper working with Rockstar on a supposed new
Yep,
GTA
I heard about
project.
that.
Is that a topic?
That is not a topic. That was just something I
Yeah,
read.
yeah. Dr. Dre is working to make original music for GTA.
Oh, cool.
Do we know which GTA?
I assume 6, but
Oh, so it is being a thing.
well, of course GTA 6 is a thing. The question is
They made
when.
over $1
Yeah.
billion. It's definitely a thing.
Money did they make off of GTA 5?
I just want to know. I bet they're nervous. They wanted to wait because they didn't want to. They want people to still spend money on online because they're like,
Oh,
oh, the
yeah.
new one's coming. I'm not going to buy shark cards anymore.
I know that they made 500 million within the first 24 hours, Wenzel. I imagine they probably doubled that over the next 10 years, but
Would
Yeah,
you like
I
to know
was-
the number?
sure.
I need Magic to make a guess.
$17 billion. I'll go really high. $17 billion over 10 years.
$911 million.
Okay, now it looks
No,
less impressive
million?
because I guessed too high.
Yeah.
No.
Million? Are you on
game
drugs?
Sales? Just game sales?
No.
Battle Player Unknown, wherever that game is, made like $1 trillion. What are you talking?
Yeah, what, you sure not 9 billion?
Fact check.
911 million.
Oh, wait,
what are we
900 million?
Just game sales.
$911 million.
Oh.
I think I remember news where they passed $1 billion. Like that was a big deal. Like,
Well, this is just the first thing that pops up across top when you Google it.
oh, okay, that's
let's
fake
see
news.
Let's see what Sportskeeda has to say. There's no
Because
number
shark
in
cards
here.
alone, like they're making.
I am because I
know
know they
people that
made
spend a lot of
500 million on the first 24 hours. So that's
It's
why
been a
I'm
decade.
like that's why I'm like they had to have at least doubled that over the however long it's been out.
Okay, there we go. This actually has data behind it.
Okay.
$6 billion.
Okay, that sounds more
I
re-
guessed a little high still, but $6 billion is a lot.
Yeah, that's insane. I
The
think
game is considered popular, like it's successful. If it
I think
makes
it's
like hundreds
actually
of
like the
thousands.
most profitable media property ever made.
Oh, makes
It
sense.
cost them $265 million to produce it.
Yeah. So it's insane
Worth.
how much it costs to make a game, but they doubled
first
that in the
20
first 24 hours.
In the first 24 hours, they made 11.21 million.
11.21? Are you sure?
In the in 24 hours.
Because I thought it was 500 million. I thought like the day of I was playing it and I saw news that they had doubled the money they spent on it. But
My mind
That was
can't
so long
comprehend that
ago.
large amount of money anyway.
Yeah.
You could be saying $1 gajillion, but yeah, makes sense.
1 million floopoo flops.
They made 1 million flops. Wow.
Could you imagine how much money the people that like worked on that made? Because I'm pretty sure they make like
$20,000 a year.
yeah, they make 20 grand a year. But I think they also get like a stake in the game.
I think it depends on your position, but
You're telling me Danny the intern's not making a couple easy mil off of bringing coffees to work?
I don't think so.
The janitor's his entire salary is just raking up like dollar bills they leave on the floor because they're just so rich. It's just falling out of their pockets. He's a millionaire.
They're over there. Ha! Microsoft can suck it. We're making this much money off of a video game. I wonder how many people bought shark cards.
We know people that did. I would never.
Yeah.
We know people buy
I
a lot
like
of shark
grinding.
cards.
I like grinding out the money. You know, that's
Dude,
the only
when you're on a
value in the game.
submarine, you don't need you don't need to worry about sharks, okay?
Well, that's true. How many times do we run the Prosecco heist?
Quite a few.
Enough that we memorized guard patterns and spawn locations.
Oh yeah.
All right, what's the next topic?
The next topic is when are we doing the next heist? Because now I'm thinking about it.
Halloween
all.
update for GTA just came out.
All
There you
right,
go. That's new.
So we're gonna take.
Wait.
Oh.
Tell me about this new update. What's new?
Oh god, I didn't actually research enough. I just saw there was a Halloween update. There's something with aliens, I think. I don't know.
Hey, do you guys like the futuristic stuff in the game, or do you?
No, hate it.
I
Nope.
don't. Okay, I'm not really a fan of it. Yeah.
Worst vehicle in the game is that flying motorcycle.
Yep.
So hold on.
The one that you bought.
Yeah, the one you bought, I hate.
I'm not gonna put myself at a disadvantage by not getting it, but I would prefer it not be in the game.
I know what kind of Call of Duty.
But
player
I'm
you
not
are.
a role
Everyone
player.
else is sniping. I have to snipe. and
I'm
then
not a
everyone's
role
sniping.
player, but if they're gonna give the most overpowerful thing in the game, then I'm not gonna put myself at a disadvantage by not using it. But I would prefer. I like the military stuff, but I'm not really a fan of the futuristic stuff.
I bought
the
an
part that
alien
makes-
assault rifle. It's pretty cool.
That's the part that makes me mad. You can have an APC, one brick of C4 kills it. One of the like new hypercars, 4 or 5 bricks of C4.
My helicopter would take quite a few rockets.
Do you guys remember back when like the game first came out and all there was to do was rob convenience stores and like
Yeah,
blow
you're
up
getting
the
like
back
$1,000
armored
or something. every
vans?
convenient.
Yeah.
I do.
And then
I
like
remember
the game had
when
nothing to
Steve-
do for like 3 years.
And we played it. We
Yeah.
kept
And
playing.
then the heist came out and it changed everything.
Have you? When's the last time you played like TDM or game modes like that? In that, like seriously?
Dude,
I don't think I ever did.
I've played the races. I'd never played like
Oh, okay.
TDM though.
Now we're like traveling to remote islands to do a giant heist and stuff,
Yeah.
and robbing banks. And
The heists are super cool though.
remember Fleeko heist? That was like the big money maker. Like that was the big.
You get it done in
Oh.
like 11 minutes and get your 50 grand.
I remember doing the one where you have the duffel bags of money, and you have to get on the motorcycle.
Oh,
and I remember
the
getting
Pacifica.
really mad at people because they had like,
No,
I'm not going to
the
name
Pacific
any names.
heist.
Riley,
Oh, okay, yeah.
someone we play video games with, Mr. Riley, would crash his motorcycle right at the end on purpose, so everyone lost like 80 grand.
He's the shark card guy I was thinking of. So
He was.
Did you
I
guys
think-
ever do the glitch? If you bought like the house right next to where the motorcycles are at, you could just get a Karuma and drive there.
nice.
No, I didn't know.
Oh
that was a
yeah,
thing.
they patched it, but that was a glitch for a while.
I remember doing the first heist where you're just robbing the shitty little bank for like 80 grand a piece. Just doing that over and
Felicia.
over and over. Is that what that is? That's the Felicia heist?
Felicia
The Fleeka
heist.
heist. Yeah.
Oh, same thing.
All right. Next topic.
I think we're going on break.
All right, we're taking a quick
Okie
break.
doke.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed the break. So, if you guys have not heard, Call of Duty Vanguard, the file size is going to be a lot smaller. They say 30 to 50% smaller than previous Call of Duty games because they have been getting ridiculous. I don't know how
About
these console
300 gig now?
players... Yeah. For real, I don't know how these console players have been doing it. It seems like they need to just sell you a whole hard drive to let you play Warzone nowadays. But they're saying that they have this new streaming technology that'll they'll basically stream the HD textures to your screen. So do you guys think this is a good thing that they're not even giving you the whole game and you have to stream these textures? Or, I mean, are you guys happy with, not having as much files to download? Because I'm kind of torn on the issue, which is why.
You can't play it offline anyway. So I don't really see that. It's going to take up a lot more data. If you're like capped for your internet, you're probably not
Okay.
playing Call of Duty anyway, but
Oh, do you have a data cap for you?
me, no.
Oh, okay.
Oh, not that they told me.
Because before I went on my deployment, I had a 1 terabyte cap. So
Oh,
It's
okay.
a big cap.
it's a big cap. So I don't think I ever hit
That's
it.
capping.
That's like 2 Call of Duties.
Yeah. You can only download Call of Duty
Yeah.
twice in 1 month.
So on PC, Warzone is 175 gigs.
That is not true.
I
You
just
are
Googled.
lying.
If you download Warzone and only Warzone, it'll be that. But if you bought Modern Warfare, then you have to download Modern Warfare to play
No.
Warzone. Yeah.
Even if you never, because you get the guns and stuff.
I don't know why. I don't know why. So it's
Isn't
like
there,
it's
special
like
guns you get? I don't know.
it's like double whatever Warzone is.
Wow.
And then they're always coming out with like an 8 gig update, and you're like, what did you add? And it's like jack.
Oh, if you've added up all the updates and everything, it's probably into like a terabyte.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So I mean, I'm kind of hoping that they can, get a good way to work it out. Maybe it's like zipped when they send it to you and it doesn't use up that much data. But I think that's a pretty cool idea. I don't know if they're just saying, "Oh, we came out with revolutionary technology," because they're still going through like the big lawsuit or whatever over the harassment charges or something like that. So I don't know if they're just selling us half a game or if they actually managed to pull something wild off in the middle of all this.
This is going to be the future. You're not going to download games anymore. It's going to be all xCloud stuff like that. You're just going to click and play. So? Oh yeah.
Okay.
In the future, you're not going to need a hard drive. Like, it's all just going to be servers. So I'm not saying I'm a fan of that.
Yeah.
But
because you have poop internet.
Yeah. But for an online game, that's fine with me. Like, I don't care. You can't play offline anyway, so it's no big deal.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of torn on it.
Seamless. Yeah.
Do you think they should bring back offline games?
Yeah, for sure.
Like split screen with people in your house. I used to do that. Like,
yeah.
Dude, have you guys? They just came out with a new Mario Party. Mario Party's a riot, dude. Every time we play.
Well, Nintendo does still think it's like 1990.
Okay,
so.
fair enough.
But they can get away with it though.
True nostalgia.
Well, other companies are coming out with like fighting games like Smash Brothers. Like they just came out with the Nickelodeon's version of Smash Brothers. Yeah. So I think other people are trying to get in on their space.
I don't know if they'll be able to just because Nintendo has such a thick grasp on what they have.
Yeah, Nintendo's always been
left.
Yeah, they've always been very unique. So I don't know that.
Well, they came for Pokemon too. With that Temtem game is very similar.
I never heard of that.
Neither have I.
Yeah, it was like an early access game not long ago where it's like basically Pokemon but like different creatures.
Oh.
So people have been like coming for Nintendo for a long time. So
they just can't do it because they're not built the right way.
Nintendo just closes their eyes. It just doesn't even bother.
Yeah.
They just
they're kind of like the Apple of gaming, whereas they have their own hardware and their own software, so they can keep a lot of control and do things that are very unique. Because most games are kind of stuck to a certain format or they're limited by hardware. But when you make
don't they call themselves a toy company? They're not a games company, right?
I think they were founded as a toy company, but
I think that's what they refer themselves as. Like,
maybe it's just kind of lost in translation.
They're not like they're not even competing. They're just on their own. Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you have control of the hardware and the software, then you can basically do whatever you want. So that reminded me.
I forgot the question anyway. So
okay,
moving on. I think you got answered in there somewhere.
Yeah. So what happened to all these skating games? Because they still make all the sports games, like they make NBA, they make the football game. Not only do they make like the NFL teams, they do the college football too, every year. And then there's like the FIFA games, which no one even plays soccer or watches soccer for real. But there used to be skating games, and those skating games, everyone loved those skating games. I would love to play some skating games. I want to know what happened to all these skating games.
Tony Hawk just came out with a game recently. Right?
No way.
Like Skate 1 or 2 or something? Like Skate 2?
Oh, was it a remaster?
I don't know.
Okay, well, I don't want to.
You remember when they used to have like the weird, like you could have like it's a fake skateboard. It's kind of like a Wii balance board, but it was a Tony Hawk skateboard.
Yeah, I remember that.
No way I was ever going to get on that thing.
You're not getting on that?
It looked like it's skateboard without like wheels on it. It's strange.
That reminded me of the Wii Fit. I'm surprised the Wii Fit didn't take off.
I think it was ahead of its time.
You think? Okay.
Yeah.
They killed the Kinect. I wish the Kinect... it seems like if you combined Connect with VR, you could do something really cool.
Yeah, especially. Well, I think if you took some of the technology from the Wii, like the balance board, and combined that with the VR, because then you could actually like run instead of having to use the analog sticks.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
that's
don't
what
think I would
Metroid's
want to
made.
run. I'm not gonna cap. I want the
to
analog
move.
stick.
No, it messes with your brain so much
Really?
because you'll be like full sprinting in a game. So
And you're
I
just
played
standing there?
Bonework. Yep, I played a game where I stepped on a pad and it launched me, and my mistake was looking down. My knees just gave out as soon as I hit the ground.
Wow.
Like I just crumpled, and I was like, "Why did my body just do that?" But that's because my brain said you're hitting the ground at Mach Jesus.
It might be like remakes because I'm looking pretty hard and I cannot find a Tony Hawk or a skating game after the year 2000, like 3 or 4. So it might just be like better graphic or something.
I'm
Alrighty.
getting a phone call.
Surprised they
Who
have
makes
phone
phone
service
calls
out there.
more?
All right.
Hey, if Wenzel follows me on Twitter, it's gonna notify me. It's your fault.
Jeez.
I was not prepared to get called out.
You just
like
got
that.
called out. Yeah.
Unbelievable. All right. So I got a couple boomer stories.
Oh boy.
So I've been back
Sorry.
at work for the last week, and
Well, hold on. Isn't Garth here classified as a boomer?
No.
no.
Continue. We're
I
gonna
would,
ignore that.
before I start, I would just say a boomer. I've seen 30-year-old boomers, and I've seen like 90-year-old people who I don't think are boomers. Because I think of a boomer as someone who just doesn't get what's going on.
I'm hip with the kids.
Like, I'm not saying that, but like maybe there's some sort of issue, and like this person just does not get it. That's what I would call a boomer. So, I told you my last edition of Boomer Stories, I was telling you about a guy whose wife supposedly packed him a burger and a side salad for lunch, right? And he just got 2 salads.
Yep.
Well, the same guy said, "Oh man, I'm ready for my lunch today. I got steak and mushrooms." He got about a scrap of steak and about a mountain of mushrooms. And boy, was he upset. I'm starting to think this guy's wife,
Thinks he's fatty.
something's going on at this guy's house. I'm sure he had a long talk with her on the car ride home, you know?
She's calorie counting for him.
Yeah. And of course, this time there was a riot in the break room. All the boomers thought it was the funniest thing ever. He got like 1.6 ounces of steak and about a pound of mushrooms.
If he's too lazy to make his own meal, he can't complain.
That's the other thing.
What is this? The 1970s? He can't make his own lunch?
Jordan doesn't make his own lunches.
Hold on.
Lazy.
I was gonna say my wife does make my lunches for me, right? But I know what's in there before I bust it open in front of everyone, right? I move it from the fridge to my lunch bag in the morning, you know, because I gotta get up.
Paper bag and peeks in every morning.
I don't have a paper bag. It's like a normal like lunch box.
Lunch pail. Yeah. The metal box.
No, it's not a pail. I'm not in the 4th grade, Garth. It's like a normal, typical lunch box, right? And like I take it from the fridge to the to the lunch box and get my 2 little ice things out of the freezer.
Capri Suns. Yeah.
So I know at least is in there, and I'm wondering. I was like, man, after like the first time, I'd be checking that thing every morning. Like, hey, what's this woman packing me? Like, do I gotta go to Chick-fil-A today or?
Is he a big guy? Does he need that?
No, he's not a big guy. So like, it's not like.
Maybe his wife just hates him.
I would love to know what's going on in that household, because I'm like, how do you fall for this every time? Like, I've been at work, like, probably a total of 10 days in the last 4 months. And 2 of those 10 days, I got to hear about this guy's lunch.
I'm going to turn the tables. I'm switching sides. This guy's lazy. I love mushrooms, and he's getting steak every day. So come on.
This is just, normally he has a turkey wrap, and the wrap is made of lettuce.
She's creative.
So, but it's the same thing every day. So, except for those 2 days.
He doesn't have to cook, and he gets steak and awesome wraps. You know, he's lazy.
Well, I don't
I'm on her
cook,
side.
and what did I get? I got chicken and rice today. Mexican chicken and rice.
Maybe he's got like heart disease in his family, and she's just trying to keep him alive.
I don't know. I think he's got. I can't believe you just said that. That's ridiculous. I don't have
It's
a
an
lunch pail.
Are you a miner? Like going to the mines getting that silicone?
I'm going down to get these Xbox factories open back up. All right.
Lunch pail.
That's all I could think of when you were talking about the boomer's lunchbox, your lunchbox. This is all that was coming to mind.
I was thinking about like a Fallout one, like a little tiny box.
Nah, that's what I was thinking. It was the Fallout one. But okay,
it.
so for the next one, for the next boomer story, this guy's got a serious issue. So he got a job up in Montana, right? And basically, the apartments he can afford to live at have like a 3 or 4 month waiting period, or they're just so expensive he can't afford to live there. And so the boomers, they got some solutions for our guy, right? They don't have to deal with the housing shortage. They bought their houses for $12 back in 1982, right? Oh man, these were some good solutions. I tell you what. The first one, my personal favorite, rent a U-Haul and live in the back. I can't make this up. Rent a U-Haul, live in the back in the freezing Montana winter. The next one, buy a jacket and live in your car. Another good one. Another good one. And then my last and favorite, my last and favorite solution was they got websites where you can cuddle with old people and just do that.
Excuse me?
It's not a valid option.
These were their solutions to this guy's housing, because he was like one of the few young people that work here who's a civilian, and he was moving on. So
does he not make a lot of money there?
So he's getting a good job up in Montana.
Okay.
I think he's getting like a 20% pay increase. But the thing is, like, when he's just getting there, like, he just didn't have anywhere to live either.
Airbnb.
What?
Airbnb.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not
if
a
you
boomer
do them like
thought, though.
long term, I think you can get them cheaper.
Yeah,
so.
you can.
Or my great granddaddy built this house with his bare hands. You should live in your car.
The thing is, he left. Like, he's on his way there now. So
in his car?
I think he said he's gonna live in his car.
He's gonna die.
Yeah.
The average low for Montana winter is 14 degrees.
Yeah, I was laughing at this.
You are dying.
I'm like, man, what the? He's like, I'm just gonna live in my car. This dude who's leaving is like 12 feet tall, and every day for lunch he brought a loaf of bread and he took out 2 pieces, and then he put about a half a pack of lunch meat on there, nothing else.
The guy eating salad wraps over there drooling.
Yeah, this guy's like a total meathead. All right. So,
boomer.
I'm thinking of moving my gaming setup, boys. I got a whole room for my gaming setup, and this seems a little bit ridiculous. I've had it, I've had it like this for a couple years, where I just have a desk in the room. I'm thinking of moving it to the closet. Is that, you think that's a viable?
I've had the same thought.
Because I think so. I got this spare bedroom specifically to game in, just because that's what I did before. Because I don't want to leave it in my bedroom where we sleep at, right? But like, I can't put it in there, because what if she's trying to sleep, or what if, I don't know, what if she's in there trying, just making noise, and I don't want to deal with that. So I'm thinking of putting it in like the master bedroom closet.
Oh, so it would still be in your bedroom?
Yeah, but I would be in the closet. That way I could like close the door.
Just soundproof it and you're good to go.
That's what I'm thinking. Soundproof it. The issue is there's no outlets in there. I'd have to drill a hole through the wall.
And then you have that spare room for a nursery, because that's why you're getting kicked out of there.
Yep.
She's pregnant. And you didn't want to say it.
Cap. Nope. That's cap. I already got 2 dogs. That's enough.
Don't you have 3 dogs?
I got a third one on the way.
That's what I thought.
Third one on the way, huh? Baby.
Boy, Third dog, first kid.
Yeah, third dog on the way. Or the other option is the garage, which I'm not opposed to the garage. That way I can keep the new dog
sound
with
in
me.
there would be terrible though.
Yeah, so the
Yeah.
problem with the garage is you have the concrete floor.
Yeah. I would have to put a bunch of
Also-
stuff in there.
It would get really cold really fast.
So I would buy an AC unit and a space heater. Because
Play
they
in
make.
your car. That guy's living in his.
Yeah.
I'm not playing in my car.
Go rent
That's
a
the most
U-Haul.
Florida thing I've ever heard.
I don't think either of these are good ideas.
You don't think the garage or the closet?
So I'm thinking from Kimber's standpoint of having you in the closet. Because doors don't block sound very well.
No, they don't.
And we can get pretty rowdy when we're playing games. Because it'll only take a handful of times for you getting like too loud. She's gonna be like, all right.
Why does he keep yelling round up? I don't get it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to sleep.
How
when
many
you're
times are you going to say K Rico, man?
Think about it, like, okay, we're gaming. It's 2:00 in the morning. Kimba's sleeping. You want to go get a drink? You gotta like creep through the bedroom,
Okay.
down the stairs, and creep back.
Okay.
And when you take your headset off, we're all still gonna be screaming like gorillas.
Okay.
Then you're also leaving it unattended
I
while
don't
you're
really
getting
mind
your
it.
beverage.
I don't really mind.
Kimba
that
could
part.
hop on and start telling us some.
Okay. Well, I don't
some
really
tea.
mind about that.
Patrick would love that.
I
Yeah,
know
he would. He'd be sitting there yelling Kimba the whole time.
he would. Oh, he absolutely would.
That is distracting. Yeah.
Everyone would be playing, and you just hear
Kimba!
Oh, into the closet.
that. Sounds like a con for you guys. That's
Yeah.
not my problem.
Would it fit in the closet in the office?
Yeah,
So
but he's gonna wake the baby when he's playing.
Yeah.
it fits long ways, but I don't know like how much like I could scoot back my chair. Like I might just.
Well, how often are you scooting your chair back and forth unless you're sitting down? Because
That's what
once
I'm
you're
saying.
down, you're down.
Okay. It could, but the thing is like if I have guests over, I don't want them to feel like I'm coming in invading their space or like they're invading my space. You know. That's
You
why I
actually
like.
want to have guests in your guest room.
Yeah, because we've had guests over
There's
here
your first
for
mistake.
a couple. You know, we probably had I don't know like 3 weeks worth of guests, and we've only lived here for like 3 months. So.
Man, this guy's rich. He has a guest computer for us.
I know. I don't want them thinking that either. You know.
I slept in your house before you slept in your house.
You did sleep in my house before me.
That's a comfy couch, by the way.
My grandpa just complained about how shitty that couch was.
That man doesn't know a good couch.
He's
when
got
he
a
sleeps
huge
on
gut,
one.
though. He said he had to sleep on his side.
Well, I slept on my side, but that's just because that's what I do.
Okay, I like sleeping on the side. I guess he's a back sleeper.
We're all side sleepers here.
Yeah.
Right side or left side, though?
Ooh.
Left side.
I'm a right.
I switch. It depends which arm I want to sleep on top of.
Yeah.
Because I do the, like, my upper arm slides under my pillow. So it's, like, extra supported.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Wenzel's the big spoon.
I am. Thank you for acknowledging this.
Next
Except-
topic.
All right. All right. So I have a pretty hot take here. I think
Is it
distracted
'cause you're the
driving.
small person?
I think distracted driving is okay. Under most circumstances.
You have seen how much I, like... If I get a text message while we're driving, I look at my phone.
So that's the thing is I would say is that most people in most situations are smart enough to make a fair risk assessment as to what's going on the road to decide like can I check my phone, right? And I think most people know this and they just don't want to admit it.
I think we have a slight advantage
I would say
over
that.
most.
Yeah.
Because think about it. Most of the people complaining and who get in these accidents are boomers.
I would say I was going to say they're either old, they're either brand new drivers, or they were like way too much on their phone. It's one thing to like send a reply on a text or like make a call, but some of these people are like Snapchatting their whole life down the road, you know?
But
'Cause,
this
like-
is an issue that's going to go away eventually, right? It's all going to be like Tesla autopilot, at least a little bit.
Yeah.
Well,
So
even
it's not
in
going
my
to be an issue in the future.
in my Jeep, if I get a text message, one, my Jeep notifies me. Two, I can click a button and it will read off the text message to me,
That's pretty cool.
and I can click reply. and I say what I want to reply with, and I say, okay, send, and it will reply that message for me.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
So it'd be like using like Bixby
Text to
or
speech, yeah.
yeah.
Well, for those of us that don't have futuristic cars, I actually have to pick up my phone
Oh, I still
and,
do that anyway.
and look. Okay, I was gonna say, and I think most of the time that's okay. You know?
Speeding through like an elementary school drive like passway.
I mean,
Any vehicle-
if it's somewhere you go every day and you know like that there's an elementary school there, then like yeah, should probably be fine. Because at the school zone, you got to go like 10 miles an hour anyway.
In our group, I believe I'm the one who's had the most vehicle accidents. At no point were they ever distracted driving related.
So I've only gotten 2 tickets. And
Okay.
so one of them, I was doing 90 down to 65 in Arizona because it was bumfuck nowhere and I was just trying to get through there, right?
Oh, man.
I was bombing it down middle of nowhere, Arizona. Some back road, right? And, I was at the bottom of a hill. Some cop, there's like a hump on the hill. You go up and then you go down just a little bit. The cop was hiding there. They got me. That was a good one. I get it. They got to get their quota. The other time was actually because I was picking a song on the radio and driving through a school zone. So I forgot my phone at my house and I was driving on base, right? I never go past the school zone ever. I'm going to some rando thing they made me show up to. And I forgot my phone, so I'm thumbing through the radio. Didn't even notice I was in a school zone and I was still going 35. Got pulled over. If I would have had my phone, it would have been all safe.
Yeah?
I'm gonna have to disagree with your opinion because I have 4 brothers, and every single one of them was one time or another was in a near fatal car accident.
Mm-hmm.
Is that why you don't drive anymore?
I don't mess with that stuff.
Oh, man.
Wait, how do you get in a fatal car accident?
It's not
your
fatal,
area?
but super dangerous. One of mine ran into a electrical plant thingy.
Was he
those
on his
little
phone?
conduit things. I don't know.
Was he drunk driving?
How?
I don't think so.
No.
But I've never been in an accident. Don't plan.
How
on
many
it.
of them have
There's
ran
also a lot
into
of
cornfield?
deer. There's also a lot of deer here, so that's dangerous.
That makes sense.
So the deers
that
come out at night here.
Smart deer.
Also, they don't go on the roads. They just stand next to the road.
Oh, they go on the roads here.
I don't
the
know why
highways.
they do that.
Because they're smart.
That's what I was saying. I was like, these seem like these deer have seen some other deer get hit at least once. Because I see them, they are 3 feet from the road, but none of them are ever on the road.
Because when we were driving to Margaritaville, we saw 40 deer just walking.
And that's
along
what I'm
the side of the
saying.
road.
They are just on the side of the road. Some of them get really close, but I have never seen a deer on that road.
Bet you they wait for traffic to pass, then they go.
That's what I would imagine. It only takes them to see one deer get hit on the road and be like, I am not standing there. Those things with headlights, I am not getting anywhere near that. But yeah, that's my hot take. I think most of the time you should be fine. And hopefully you don't live in some crappy state where a couple crappy drivers ruined it. It's probably the same boomers who tell you to live in the back of a box truck. And of course, we don't have an outro.